Welcome to Manning Made Woodcraft. In this two-part video series, I'm going to show you how I built this kitchen stool. Let's get started. This build begins at the wood rack, where I dig out a 8/4 piece of white oak that I have been saving for just such an occasion. I cut 2 pieces to rough length, and I begin the milling process. First, I flatten one side with my benchtop joiner. Once I have one side flat, I can run the bores through the thickness planer to create a parallel surface. Then it's back to the joiner where I can reference the freshly flattened surfaces against the 90-degree fence to create a perfectly jointed edge. And just like that, we're ready for the glue up. With the glue dry and the seat cut to its final dimensions, I can begin laying out the design. I start by marking out the hole locations with a combination square. Then, using a thin piece of scrap wood, I draw the outside shape of the seat. I repeat this process with a 1-inch offset in towards the center of the seat. And here's the final design. Nice curves. Before I begin carving the seat, I drill a 1-inch depth hole for reference. Then I begin to chop out the seat bowl using a large gouge. You'll also notice that the leg mortises are already drilled out, and I actually made a mistake on those and ended up re-drilling them, so I'll get into that whole mess in part 2. Once the bowl is roughly shaped, I use a curved rasp to even the gouge marks out. This is followed by a card scraper, which gives a silky, smooth finish. With the seat bowl complete, it's time to cut out the seat's final shape at the bandsaw. I cut 3 relief cuts on the concave sides to prevent the blade from binding. Then I remove the saw marks left by the bandsaw with a spoke shave. I set the spoke shave to a fairly aggressive cut to make fast work of this process. With the saw marks removed, I can redraw the shape of the seat. Some of these markings were removed during the carving of the bowl. Using a combination square, I mark a line 1/4 inch down from the seat top on the front and back edge. On the two sides, I draw a line connecting the 1/4 inch depth line at the corner to the center point on the top of the seat. This will give a slight arc to the seat profile. Now that my reference guidelines are drawn, I can remove the wood between the lines. The bulk of the waste is removed using the draw knife. With the spoke shave set for a light cut, I can finely tune the shape of the seat. I run my fingers along the beveled edge to feel for any inconsistencies. The spoke shave does a great job of creating a nice, crisp transition in the corners. With the top complete, I can repeat the process on the bottom. Just like the top, the first step is to draw the layout. The bottom of the seat has a 1/2 inch depth line that goes across all 4 sides, whereas the top had a 1/4 inch on the front and back, and that angled profile on the sides. With the guidelines drawn for the bottom, I can remove the waste with the draw knife and finalize the shape with the spoke shave. Well, that will do it for part 1. In part 2, we will turn the legs and the stretchers on the lathe. We'll also go over some of the issues I encountered along the way, including the issue I had with drilling the leg mortises and how I corrected them. And we'll also cover the finishing process. As always, give this video a like and consider subscribing. And this has been Manning Made Woodcraft. Thanks.